What's up, everybody? It is loud here on the floor of DCentral. We're going to be kicking off in just a second once I find a quiet space, but we've got a lot of members of the Secret team here. We're going to be telling you how things are going down here on the ground in Austin. Hit me with a react if you can hear all the noise in the background. I promise it'll get easier to hear once we actually kick off with this. We're going to get a tweet out. We're going to hit the Telegram. We're going to hit the Discord. We're going to pack the room. We got a few people who are going to be jumping on, telling us how things are looking on the ground. We brought over 50 secret agents to Austin. It is a swarm here. We're lead sponsors at DCentral. Guy from Secret Labs did his keynote this morning. We'll both be speaking tomorrow, doing events all week. I'm speaking at Consensus this weekend. So we'll be in Austin the entire week. We're going to be posting content from it. Check our Twitter. We're going to be retweeting all the things we're doing on the ground here with the community. But it's been super exciting so far. We'll kick off here in just a second to let you all know how it is going for those of you who couldn't join us in Austin. And then if any of you guys have questions, we'll bring you on to space. This is your moment to make your pitch, to make sure that we come to your part of the world in the future. If something awesome is going on in your area, let us know. Maybe we'll bring 50 secret agents out to your city or country. Just know what you're signing up for. We'll kick off here in just a second. As soon as the tweet is out, as soon as we've got this in the Discord and Telegram, make sure you share this link around in your communities. That way we pack the room here. People can hear the excitement going on in the background. But we'll kick off here in a moment. We'll give you the big update. Remember, you can put your hand up if you want to jump on stage here at the start, especially if you're on the ground here in Austin. We'll bring you up. We usually kick off around like 5 minutes after the hour, but how's the noise in the background, guys? Hit me with like 100 emote if it's like way too much. Hit me with a clap if it's just right. I can go somewhere quieter. I just wanted you guys to feel the energy here on the ground while it's here. All right, 4 minutes after the hour here. Let's kick off in just a moment. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for this week's edition of Secret Spaces. We do this weekly. I know a lot of you who normally join us regularly are actually with us here on the grounds. So if they're not joining us this week, just know that they're probably literally standing next to me. So if we pull a smaller crowd than usual on the spaces, that's because they are physically with me and the rest of the Secret teams here in Austin. But let's kick off. It's 12:05. Let me tell you what's going on. So this is this week's Secret Spaces. We do this weekly, 12 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. UTC. We go through the latest in the ecosystem. This week, we brought everybody, like 50 plus secret agents here down to Austin, Texas. It is Austin Blockchain Week. We're starting at DCentral, where we're lead sponsors. We just kicked off and keynoted everything. We're going to be here through Consensus at the end of the week, one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, where we're also going to have a big presence. Where we're going to be speaking. Got a big event with Kevin Smith to celebrate a secret NFT drop. That's happening tomorrow. We're also here with a lot of dApps in the network. So upstairs from the secret booth, we've also got the Jackal team, the Shade team. We've also got the Alter team. We're packed to the gills with secret agents representing every layer of the stack here. You're going to see a lot of videos coming from us. I also have Jay up here on stage. Jay is with me at Secret Foundation, our director of marketing. He's been helping us direct traffic, get everybody here. We also have the core of Secret Labs here, the core devs of the protocol. We've got Guy, the CEO. We've got a lot of the business development and marketing teams from them. They flew all the way in across the Atlantic. We even have some secret agents in here from Australia. We are repping, I think, 4 to 5 continents right now across many, many time zones of secret agents. So just super exciting to all be here on the ground together. We're treating it as a big ecosystem-wide offsite. If that's giving you FOMO, try to come out to the next one. We're going to make our way around the world, but yeah, we're hyped to be here in Austin. The focus, I think, for this secret space is going to be what we got going on the ground. Obviously, a lot still going on in the ecosystem at the product level that we'll be able to go over in the future as well. On the DeFi side, on the metaverse side, and normally we'd have some projects to feature, and they're all running their booths right now. So instead of bringing them on here, I'll just encourage you to check out the 3 that we've got here on the ground. We've got Jackal, we've got Alter, we've got the Shade team. Go check out those projects. You can find them all on the scrt.network website under our ecosystem section. They're all repping hard here on the ground. We've also got the Hydro Finance team here, live and in person in Austin. So all those projects, check them out. But yeah, let me pass it over to Jay for a second. So Jay, you've been running the booth while I've been walking around. What have you seen? What are you hearing from people? What's been fun for you so far in Austin?
Well, I'll tell you what's really fantastic. I'm going to coattail what you were just talking about. Over 50 secret agents from around the world. It's really cool to see. Obviously we know voices when we talk to folks every day, every week, but actually seeing faces is something that's something that I really appreciate. I'm a little old school like that. But what's even better is, as you mentioned, all the dApps that we're representing. Uh, Folks outside the ecosystem are coming up to us saying, "Hey, tell us a little bit more about what you guys are doing. How can we partner?" I just had a conversation with someone from Telos, who's basically saying, "What can we do to take advantage of Secret's platform? How will that work out for us?" And it's conversations like that really make this worth it and very worthwhile. Obviously, people are coming to the booth because of some of the swag that we're giving away. We've got some great stuff. If you are
Oh
in the
my
Austin
God, the
area,
swag.
there's a I don't Tor, I'm going to share a funny story. So, sadly, Teradap Expo didn't happen, so we had all the stuff we were going to give away at that conference. Here, we literally have had 72 boxes of stuff to give away, and it's great. People really want this. Hats, coins. I minted 250 unique coins. So if you are in the Austin area, there's a chance for you to get one of these.
Well, we've
There's
got the
a
physical coins, and we've got some awesome secret NFTs that the secret agents are running
Yes.
around letting people mint. Do you know? Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I would have them on right now, except I think they're all busy handing them out. But what did they do? It looked like a really cool activation.
So yeah, from what I understand, what they're doing is they're giving out codes. It's a scavenger hunt, so they are going to pop a latitude longitude at a certain time of day, and when you see this, you go to that location. It's not too far away. We're not going to. It's over 100 degrees here in Austin, so we're not going to make them go too far. But you go there and you can get your code for it, and it's kind of cool. It's a very cool idea, and it looks pretty cool. Let me see if I can get. I see Brendan walking around. Maybe we can get him onto the
Yeah, if you
stage
can
and,
grab him,
and give
that'd
it a
be
little more
great. Brendan
expensive.
is
Oh, one
Brendan's
second.
one of the leads on our secret agents program. He runs Whisper Node alongside a bunch of the Whisper Node team. If we can get him on, that's awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of activations going on here, and what's fun about the secret agents is I know that they are using a lot of the actual on-chain tech to power these in-person activations, which is super cool. You can claim these secret NFTs; they'll live in your secret wallet. And a lot of what we're trying to do with Secret and what a lot of these dApps in the network are trying to do is tie physical and digital together. And obviously, to do that and have it be sustainable and have that foundation, we need privacy at its core. So it's awesome to see that thesis kind of playing out, not just in an academic setting, not just when we go and we talk about it on stage, but we have a lot of live dApps that people have been here learning about, interacting with, and also network primitives like secret NFTs that are very tangible for people, not only because they can claim these badges and use these codes, but also there's real world cultural assets like what Kevin Smith is doing with Legend DAO and with his new movie. Kilroy was here as secret NFT, like minting and distribution. People are seeing that there's real awesome opportunities that are crossing that chasm from like we're insular, we're Web3 to we're Web2. We care about distribution to end users, and we care about what their experience is going to look like and what their security is going to be, having built on secret and having that privacy by default foundation. So without any further ado, Brendan, you going to try to jump on? Oh, you've jumped onto Jay's phone. Nice. So we're going to bring Brendan on from Jay's account, and Brendan can give us an update on the secret agent operations as our operations lead. Go ahead, unmute, give him the story.
Yeah, so if you guys come by the Secret Network booth, what we're doing is there's cards there that will lead you to a QR code, which will lead you to the link tree for Secret Network. And at the top of that, there is a link which will bring you to a website, and it has GPS coordinates. And if you follow those GPS coordinates at the time listed, we're going to be at a location outside of the conference with some extra secret swag, some secret badges that will have claim codes on stash, as well as secret tokens that Jay has made. So physical secret tokens.
I love this. I mean, there's some swag that you're going to get here on the ground in Austin you'll never be able to get again. And every time we're going to show up to someplace in the world, every time you see the secret agents on the ground in force, you know we're going to be bringing something you'll probably never see again that'll only be available to you on the ground. Whether it's physical, like the actual physical coin, or whether it's a secret badge that you can only claim at that event during that period. We want to bring as much special stuff as possible to help engage all the agents around the world. I am also wearing, I'm going to name drop here for Viral because I see him in the crowd. I am wearing my new Viral kicks. I got my shoes minted for me. I've got my secret PFP right on the side. I have been getting compliments. I've been getting stopped in the street kind of from the moment I left on the plane all the way up through the present in DCentral. People taking notice of the, like, just not just the swirls, but just like how rad these look. And then when I explained the vision of merging digital and physical and how Secret is enabling that at the Layer 1, people are actually not only appreciating the shoes, they're appreciating the awesome fundamental tech that they then start thinking about, well, how am I going to build on that? What am I going to do? What am I going to be bringing to the table? It's just really cool to see people's minds start turning about, wait, this has not been possible. Now I'm going to do this. So name dropping there only because they're also super comfy. We're also going to be here doing OsmoCon. So in place of Terradap Expo, on the 9th, we now have OsmoCon, which is a big celebration of the osmosis and IBC community. So Guy will be speaking there. I will be speaking there. We're going to be talking about the interchain vision. Already seeing a lot of people in the halls here who are going to be speaking and participating there as well. So it's really fun to be able to start putting faces to names to anonymous handles. We're really starting to put the pieces of the secret puzzle together. And the collaboration across the IBC ecosystem right now, like everybody is talking about how do we build these things stronger together, utilizing IBC. Everybody's reaching that next phase of their roadmap. I think it's going to be an extremely productive week and weekend going over some of these ideas. I really do believe that we're building the foundations of where Web3 is going for the next, not just 3 months, but 3+ years. We've never been more confident in sort of the Cosmos multi-chain approach to how the stuff is all getting built out. And there's a lot of sympathetic people here on the ground, not just from the Secret ecosystem, but also outside of. Jay, since you're back on here, have there been any really fun conversations you've been having at the booth or with things that have been here? Like, what have people been telling you? What have they been working on, or what have they been curious about? Like, I'm always wondering, like, if somebody's learning about Secret for the first time, like, what's their big first question? What have you been hearing?
So my favorite question is, so what do you guys do? And I always love saying, hey, what are you selling? I'm like, well, we don't sell anything. Actually, we sell a partnership. We're a platform for you to develop stuff. We're a place if you want to have privacy in your decentralized space. This is what we do. And I have someone smarter in the room talk more details. But people are very interested. They see so many people wearing our hats walking around, and they just they've heard of us. A lot of people have heard of us but don't know exactly what's going on. And at our booth, we've got a list of a whole bunch of dApps that are built on Secret, and they say, "Oh my God, I know Black Box. I've heard Hydro's coming out, Legend DAO." And so that there's a familiarity, and what I'm really getting excited about is actually bridging the gap between I've heard of you to I now know what you do. And there have been a few developer opportunities that people are considering, which is great. But mostly we're getting a lot of curiosity. And to me, that's a success because, hey, if we can get in front of people, we become part of their vocabulary. And then when they're looking for a solution that they're trying to figure out, they'll know that we're on the board for them. But we're getting some really good traffic, and I'm pretty excited about that. Got a bunch of guys hanging out at the booth, working, answering questions, handing things out. And what's the takeaway though is people are sticking around. They're not just coming for free stuff and walking away. They're actually engaging in conversation. And that to me it's why we're here. and it's it's a success as far as I'm concerned. Especially in the wake of
Oh yeah.
Terra, the Terra Expo not happening. It's very unfortunate, but it's also fortunate that people realize that Secret can be a home for them, and in some cases is a home for them. So that's what I see right now, and I'm really excited about it, having these conversations.
I know the week is still early, right? Like we're still anticipating seeing a lot of the devs coming down here. We know there's a lot of devs who are still coming down here to be a big part of Terradap Expo, who will still be here as a part of OsmoCon or Consensus over the week.
What's really interesting is, people are asking, what are we doing for the rest of the week? And we're going to be here all week. And so I know you're speaking at Consensus, but we don't have the sponsorship booth set up, but we're going to be here. A lot of our guys are sticking around through Friday, Saturday. So we're definitely going to be around town having conversations a lot more informally, which, as far as I'm concerned, a little bit more important sometimes too, that we're not trying to sell something. We're not, promoting something in a formal atmosphere. It's really going to be a lot of micro conversations here and there. So really looking forward to that. The party that we're hosting tomorrow night, it's going to bring in a whole different crowd as well. So we can have more conversations. We've got a private green room and another room set up if people do want to have some networking opportunities. We're definitely able to handle that and facilitate that. But it's just great meeting people and creating and building the awareness of what we're doing, where we are, where we're going, and there's no bad idea except the ones that don't get looked at. So yeah.
I'm excited, man. I mean, I think what's been really clear to people, maybe because we put the word privacy everywhere, on our booth, on our hats, on everything, but the ethos is really clear to people. And I think what's been really apparent is people are looking for projects with an ethos. People are coming here either building from within Web3. What can we do for your NFT project, your DeFi project, from enterprise or from a cybersecurity background, and just kind of recognizing this should be the core ethos of Web3. This is what's going to make it. Guy said as much in his keynote this morning. If you haven't watched the keynote yet, I'm sure the videos will all be uploaded. But he said as much in his keynote. Web3 is supposed to be an upgrade, an improvement over Web2. It's 3 comes after 2. If we're just making things worse than Web2 was from a data privacy standpoint, then we haven't really created anything at all for the end user experience or for their security or for their sustainability. We're really concerned with making sure that what happens next is better than where we came from. People have really, really loved that vision. And because we've got like 50 some people here talking about how they're a part of that vision, actively building, they see a ton of people telling them exactly how it can be done. And we're telling them exactly how they can get involved. You don't need to be on the ground with us in Austin, by the way. Like if this is interesting to you and you're looking for ways to get involved, there's 100 ways that you can get involved in the ecosystem right away. Go to the scrt.network website. All these links are there. All these opportunities are there. Just start exploring. If you've been thinking about diving deeper, I mean, this is like bear market number 2 or 3.
I did have a really interesting conversation with the CEO of Chain of Events, which is obviously, as everyone knows, one of the biggest events in Europe. And that's something we were talking about, not only internally, but also within our own chain, that we really want to have a bigger footprint on the ground in Europe, also in Asia, hopefully very soon, knowing that a lot of our agents and leads in our ecosystems are in Europe. It would be so foolish not to take advantage of that. And I've been meeting a few of these guys, a few of these people here today already. But that's also a conversation that we should be having, taking advantage of, we're going where the people are, like going where you are, instead of making you guys come to the United States or coming to Austin or New York or Miami, unless you want to. We really need to bring the message out to all locations, because it's a global industry. You're only so far as your keyboard, but yeah.
Putting faces to names is good. And yes, we are trying to find more ways to do digital first events that are a lot more immersive than just like joining the secret space or coming to a governance call. Like we do need some more dedicated experiences. We do have people in the Secret Agents program and at the foundation thinking about the best ways to do that. If you have a suggestion on things that you've seen projects do or things that you'd love to do, to help integrate the secret agent global community before, being able to get in people's faces. Is Brendan here? Yeah, Brendan's here. We got a big crowd here. Holy crap.
That's awesome.
People now approaching me outside to get directed to the secret booth. Anyway, point is, we want to do more with you guys and anywhere in the world, but also online. If you've got ideas on how to do it, let's do it. Also want to do more of these activations with secret NFTs and the physical merch. We're gonna be working on this stuff with all of our global agents. If you've got ideas, if you're just like a super creative person and you have something you've always wanted to do, we will support you. We'll do it. We'll ship it. We'll secret brand it. It'll be a lot of fun. Get in touch with us on Discord. I would say is probably the best way. We can integrate you with all the awesome work that's currently going on in the community.
We're going to be posting a lot of conversations online after the event as well. Tom, our social media manager, is actually doing a lot of videotaping and a lot of shooting, and he's going to be posting a lot of really interesting conversations throughout before the end of the week is up. Just so you guys can understand what we're not just hyping it, we're actually really experiencing some really good conversations. As Cole was mentioning, people are coming, with ways that they can activate, and it's really refreshing to see a much more proactive approach as people are coming up to us. So, coming from me, I'm marketing. I'm definitely not a developer, but it's really fascinating for me to watch all this happening. This is like at the ground level, and it's really cool to watch, I gotta say. But we will be posting some media, some interviews, some snips of people that we are talking to, and kind of keeping the conversation going.
If any of you guys have requests, since we've got everybody together on the ground, yeah, we're going to be taking some group shots. But if you got requests for anything you want us to film while we're here, talk about while we're here, put your hand up right now. Let's open the floor early. Since, again, this isn't like a project update week. This is like we're all having fun here in Austin and trying to bring it to the whole community kind of a thing. Stick your hands up now. We'll bring you here on stage. You can ask questions. You can give updates from yourself. If you have a suggestion for somewhere in the world you want us to come, you can introduce yourself and where in the world you are. We can see if we can get an agent activation going on in your corner of the world. We can see if we can ship you some privacy hats, which have been flying off the shelves like they do at every single conference that we do. And I think in Austin, they're going to go even faster than usual because it's 100 degrees. You don't have a hat. If you're not drinking water, you're not going to make it. So, yeah, stick your hands up anytime. We'll keep the space going, basically, as long as we've got stuff to share and as long as people want to come up and share their stories from any corner of the world. But, yeah, it's feeling a lot better on the ground. I know it can be tempting with, market conditions being what they are to get down about stuff, but, seeing the level of engagement that people have when they're actually being able to connect with people in person, the energy in the space hasn't gone anywhere, right? It's nowhere else. It's only getting stronger, and stuff like this only gives me more conviction that it's whatever we're going to next is going to be even more exciting than where we came before. People are using the tech. People are talking about the tech. There's global relevance in a new way. All right, let's bring a couple people up here. I saw a couple hands. I brought Yo Teach up here. Yo Teach, what's up?
So honestly, I'm kind of new to this project, let's say. I don't really know a whole lot about it other than, it's a privacy thing, and I must say I'm pretty big on that. So I just really wanted to ask, what's your goal and vision for the Secret Network?
That's a pretty awesome question. The goal and the vision for Secret has always been to build something that hasn't existed because we're trying to fill gaps in the space. And the gap that we see is privacy. Because when people have talked about privacy for blockchain, they've usually talked about, let's make transactions private. I don't want people to see where I send my money. Or something relatively simple of that nature. Like transactions are a very narrow form of computation. And we're seeing blockchains and decentralized Web3 tech being used for very complex things, the things that are being built on Ethereum, Solana, these kinds of layer one networks. But with Secret, all of those applications now are privacy by default. all the data that's getting used is private by default. All the interactions that you have as a user with an application is between you and that application. An interaction between you and another user is between you and that user, not with the other 50 million people who might be observing the blockchain. We think that is the right paradigm. That's the right model. But we're the only layer one currently that works like that, and that is generalizable, but also interoperable. We've built in the Cosmos ecosystem. We're a sovereign chain, but we interoperate with all of these other networks that we're talking about. We want to be also privacy as a service, essentially, to all these other layer one networks. So the vision is to be the privacy hub for all of Web3, not just because you can build all this stuff natively on Secret, but because what we're building can touch every other project on every other chain. We believe in a multi-chain future. We believe in global adoption. And we believe that, if we can be a pillar solving one of those fundamental issues like privacy, there will always be a home for us in this space versus projects that try to take advantage of an existing trend or just fork something and put new branding on it. That's never been our ethos. So we got a lot of cool people in our community from all over the world who do things that nobody else does, which is what it means to be a secret agent, which is what it means to be part of a community. Does that answer the question? Does that give you an idea how you can get involved with the project?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's awesome because, like I said, again, I am a big fan of privacy. And honestly, I believe the next cycle, privacy is really going to get the spotlight it really deserves. Um, so yeah, no, I love it, man. Now, question, I'm assuming so, but I have to ask, are you going to be offering privacy smart contracts? Like, say somebody wants to build on your platform or your network.
Yeah, so I have good news, which is that we launched privacy preserving smart contracts in September 2020. So we have been the only mainnet blockchain with private smart contracts for about a year and a half now. And we have, I think, something like a few dozen at least live dApps of people leveraging that. So we have the DeFi side of our ecosystem. We've had about 3 billion in historical volume across all our dexes. On the NFT side, we've had multiple hundreds of collections launched on the network. We've worked with large name artists like Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith to launch collections on the network or to do things you can't do on any other chain because of the privacy preserving properties of secret NFTs. We also have a huge access control side to our ecosystem because you can do things with private smart contracts you can't do on any other network. So we have Alter here in Austin with us. They do privacy preserving messaging. We have Jackal here. They're doing decentralized data storage that uses Secret as an access control layer. All of this is being built, right? And it's using live mainnet technology. We're a permissionless network. Anybody can build, anybody can deploy their own privacy preserving smart contracts. You can build on the primitives that have come before, like fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens with privacy by default. We have bridges to a bunch of different ecosystems. We've been IBC enabled since the end of last year. So yeah, if you're just starting to scratch the surface of the project, just know that we've been at this a very long time. There's a lot of people who are already in on the secret, but we know that, like, from an awareness standpoint, I think word is really just starting to get out about how much we've already accomplished and how many people are already trying to take this tech to the next level. And the only, I guess, redeeming quality behind these bear market cycles is it's a lot easier to cut through the noise and let builders know that this opportunity exists for them. Otherwise, we tend to get crowded out by, people who are all hype, no tech. We're very much the opposite, but we're also, the brand is so much fun. The people are so much fun. I just want people to feel like they've got a long-term home in our ecosystem, building privacy, preserving tech, and scaling it. We are a very tight-knit but global community.
Man, I love it. I love it. Yeah, well, awesome, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Now, how do I get some merch?
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. If you're in Austin, you go and find us right now. If you're not in Austin, become a secret agent. And as you level up as an agent, we're going to be working with the Secret Agents program to get our merch globally. There's merch that we only ship to secret agents. Hope you wear it. At the very least, I'm sure we can hook you up with a privacy hat. Those tend to be the most popular. So get in touch with the Secret Agents program. I mean, if you go to scrt.network/agents, you can get onboarded through there, or just join the Discord and say you want a hat, and somebody will probably hook you up.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So funny enough, I actually have a small YouTube channel. So Yeah, I'll have to definitely
Heck yeah.
cover you guys on there.
Yeah,
And
please do.
we've been partnering with a lot of content creators on YouTube. That if there's a something they want to share that's pretty worthwhile for us to put on Secret's YouTube channel, we certainly do that. Um, we refaced our channel probably about a month ago, and we're rebuilding content that's relevant to what's going on. A lot of educational videos, a lot of how-tos, a lot of information. So if you are a content producer and you're interested in partnering and doing that, just let us know, and we certainly can make that happen as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely, for sure. Um, yeah, well, I appreciate you guys answering all my questions, and I'll definitely be sure to join that Discord, and yeah, maybe we can get something going with the content and stuff too. Thanks for
Awesome, looking
having me on,
forward to
guys. I
it.
appreciate it.
Thanks for jumping up here, man. Like, looking forward to following up. Plenty to do, and if you want someone to jump on your channel, I'm sure somebody will stick their hand up and do it because they
Yeah,
just love spreading the message about this stuff. So it
yeah, I
works.
would love to, man. If just if you point me in the right direction, I can send a DM or whatever, and we can work something out. I would love to have another meeting with you guys.
Wicked. Yeah, reach out. Go ahead, Jake.
No, I was gonna say, reach out to me. You could DM me on Discord, Telegram as well, and I can hook you up with some of our education committee lead and just find out what content that we're already working on. I'd hate for you to work on something that we're already doing, and maybe you can spin off and do something that's unique to what you're working on. So, yeah, definitely reach out to me for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, brother, man. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Right on.
Thanks for popping up here, man. Yeah, everybody, feel free to stick hands, right? Like, I mean, there's no dumb questions, obviously. And if you're new to the project, we're happy to tell you what we've been up to. If you're not new to the project and you want to talk about what you're doing, this is a great place to get your voice on stage. We'll feature what you're doing in the secret ecosystem. Uh, I don't know how much more we're going to have to share about what's going on in Austin because we have to focus on going and doing it. So I'm going to probably run back in to the conference hall. We're going to keep shaking hands. We're going to go over to the food trucks and get our afternoon energy up. It's going to be a long night of events and talking to the builders in the ecosystem. And we got to stick it out to the weekend. Consensus is bringing a lot of people to town who have been curious about exactly the kinds of issues we've been working on, right? But our goal between now and then, and Jay can back me up on this, is we've got about 3,000 secret shirts to give away. We got to get those shirts in everybody's hands because, and maybe this is alpha for some of you, if I catch you at a conference wearing secret swag, if you've got that secret shirt on, if you've got that privacy hat on, we do always come bearing unique and secret, ultra secret swag that is only for secret swag wearers. If you want the ultimate in secret merch, if you want the ultimate secret agent cred, I catch you wearing that stuff, you're gonna get the good stuff because like that's a lot of fun for us to see people wearing the merch in the wild, making sure you're starting conversations about privacy and Web3. Like it's very motivating for us as builders to see that message keep scaling and seeing more people willing to initiate that conversation about why privacy is going to be so essential for what happens next.
I'll tell you, Tor, what was really cool when we did DCentral in Miami last year, going to the airport, checking in to go home, I saw a handful of people wearing hats, the privacy hats. It was the funniest thing. And I actually had some coins that we minted unique for Miami. I went up to them. I'm like, here, hey guys, thanks for wearing our swag. And I gave them these uniquely minted coins. I don't know if that's given away a little bit too much, but we have something very similar that's unique for Austin that's only available during Crypto Week here in Austin. So to what you were
Heck yeah.
saying, there's alpha right there.
Noise. Yeah, I have a feeling that I have a personal thesis on this stuff that like we really believe in the future of identity and reputation in the Web3 space as being one of the core awesome things you can do with blockchain technology beyond being some sort of transactional platform is a reputational platform. But that only works with privacy by default. I don't really like the idea of a public by default reputational model in Web3. To me, that is, the expansion of the surveillance state or surveillance capitalism, and it just will be a race to the bottom. But I love the idea that we can be experimental with this stuff, right? You do something in the Web3 space. You build something, you say something, you create a conversation, you make a product, and it becomes something that you can use to credential yourself going forward with other builders, with other community members, but on your own terms, consenting to that being an extension of your identity and reputation, right? We're not talking about something really rigid and inflexible like a public by default system. A private by default system lets you live as much of each individual identity as you want, online or in real space. Be able to prove and validate something about yourself, but without being forced to prove or validate something about yourself. I think what we're trying to experiment with the merch on the ground, with secret NFTs and everything else is, how do we bring that stuff to market? And how do we make it feel fun and not oppressive? And the secret agents are leading a lot of that experimentation for us. I'm really curious to see what we can all do together as a community, extending that Web3 ethos and establishing, that privacy aspect to it as being its core, as opposed to just saying it's on a blockchain, so it's cool. No, that's not cool unless you're also doing something that's benefiting the human at the end of that experience. So if we see you here and we badge you, right, like you're doing something and we think it's cool and you get that reputation from us, feel free to use that reputation in the future to show like you're the one leading this conversation about privacy. I think that should be a badge of honor. That should be something people should be proud of. But again, because it's privacy, it's up to you whether you want to push that or not, right? Like that is up to you. It's your identity. And in Web3, you should be the owner of that. You should be the mediator. You should consent. Off the soapbox, back to regular old secret spaces. Let's figure out, anybody else want to jump up here, stick your hand up? Otherwise, I think we'll probably wrap up about 15 early. We'll take this another 5 minutes, and then we'll jump back in. Make sure all our secret agents get fed. Make sure we're shaking all the right hands. But last chance to stick up hands if you've got an update from your own place in the ecosystem, if you've got a question, or if you're on the ground here with us in Austin, you can talk. Stick your hand up, we'll bring you up here. Otherwise, we'll wrap early. We'll always record these. We'll get them uploaded to the secret YouTube. So even if your buddy missed it, send this to them. They can catch up with us later. And of course, tell them about the next secret spaces. We do these every Tuesday, 5 p.m. UTC, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll keep doing these every week. We'll feature projects from around the ecosystem as often as we can, obviously. Anything I missed, Jay, also, while we wait to see if anybody wants to stick their hands up?
Yeah, can you repeat what you're saying? I wasn't listening. Can you just start all over again? Is that cool? No, everything is you covered pretty much everything. I do need to get back to the booth and make sure everyone is taken care of. I'm looking at the lane here, and there's still a crowd over there, so I think I might need to jump back in there. But it was great having an opportunity to talk to everybody. If anyone has any questions from a marketing standpoint, from an awareness outreach standpoint, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help. Like I said earlier, we're very, very seriously looking into opportunities around the world to activate sponsorships and opportunities. If you've got a large secret community in your area, doing a pop-up event, I'd be more than happy to help out with that any way I can. So do not hesitate. I know I mentioned the same thing you teach, but anyone else in the room, if you're interested, please don't hesitate.
Wicked. You heard it here first, and you'll hear it here again. We are looking for any way we can support you on any community or product initiative in the ecosystem, so please reach out to us. Please get in touch with the secret agents in particular. They are just an amazing group of people. One of the best communities you'll find, not just in Web3, but just in general. Everybody is so forward-thinking, super experimental. We do our best to mix people and match people with other amazing collaborators at every level of the stack. So please reach out. Please become a core member of our community. We'd love to meet you, talk with you. And if we're not seeing you in Austin, as Jay said, we do hope to see you somewhere in the world soon. We'll wrap up for today. So a little bit early, but that's because we got a lot to do here on the ground and it's a long week. So every week, just remember, 5 p.m. UTC, 1 p.m. US Eastern, we will see you back on Secret Spaces on Tuesdays consistently. Jump in our Discord, chat.scrt.network. Check out Secret Agents, scrt.network/agents. Follow us here on Twitter We'll keep featuring projects here in the coming weeks. Follow them, and you'll learn how you can get your hands on with all the secret apps in our ecosystem. Until then, everybody have an awesome rest of your week. Thanks for joining us on Secret Spaces, and we will catch up very soon. Take it easy, agents.
Cheers, everyone.